Appreciate everybody getting up bright and early this morning. 7 degrees is what I saw on the TV when I was watching this morning as I had my morning cup of coffee. So appreciate you getting up, coming out, and finding this beautiful new facility here, renovated facility. And we're ready to get started and give out some awards. I'm Rod Fowler. It is a pleasure and an honor to once again help MC this here today. Please continue to enjoy your food as we begin to share the inspiring environmental leadership demonstrated by this year's award recipients. From individuals to businesses, we have a very deserving group of environmental stewards to recognize this morning. Let me begin by saying that I think this is an amazing renovation here and repurposing a type of facility. Isn't it beautiful? Larry Huckins and I were talking. There's the original wall of the 4-H building. In fact, I remember back in about 1997, and I double-checked with Larry, and he said, yes, I showed a steer 1 floor below us. I think it was the governor's steer day. Boy, that steer was stubborn, and I remember that. I was sweating by the time we were done because you had to lead him and everything. But yeah, that was just 1 floor below us, so that's the future for you. Want to let you know that an informal tour of the building has been scheduled directly following today's ceremony. So if you're interested, please join us afterwards downstairs at the registration table. Again, a tour if you want to see a little more behind the scenes of this new facility. Now, before moving forward with opening remarks from Commissioner Hutkins, I should let everyone know that Mayor Chris Meitler regrettably is not able to join us this morning. Nevertheless, he wanted to make sure to welcome everyone and thank you for coming to the 2014 Lincoln and Lancaster County Environmental Leadership Awards. He noted that these awards are a testament to Lincoln's longtime commitment to environmental stewardship and that he joins us in applauding our community's efforts to conserve and protect our natural resources, in addition to honoring those individuals and businesses who are leading us into a sustainable future. From Mayor Meitler to you, please enjoy the ceremony. Now, without further delay, I am pleased to invite the chair of the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners, Larry Hutkins, to the podium for some opening remarks as we get our 2014 program started. Ladies and gentlemen, Commissioner Hutkins.
Well, good morning, and as Rod said, this building brings back many, many memories. I showed cattle below here. My wife, Senator Hutkins, did as well. Both of our daughters were involved in a lot of 4-H demonstrations in this building. So, university has done a wonderful job in preserving this heritage and yet making it into something that's usable and relevant for our times. Well, I'm pleased to welcome you to Lincoln and Lancaster County to the County Environmental Awards. It's an honor to be here today and to recognize the accomplishments of individuals, groups, and businesses that strive to improve our environment and reduce public health risks. Today reminds us that we have a role to play in preserving and enhancing the beauty and livability of our communities. It's motivating to see the leadership amongst our award recipients who are the catalysts in the movement to change attitudes and behaviors that improve the protection of the environment. From a school community organizing funds to help develop outdoor-based natural environment for their children, to neighborhoods working together to produce fresh, high-quality food, to local citizens preserving and educating the public about the natural and historic gem that is our own Wilderness Park. These award winners took action and in their own way helped make Lincoln and Lancaster County a better, healthier place to live. Today's award winners have demonstrated that businesses can operate profitably with minimal impact to the environment. They show that the private and public sectors can work together effectively for mutual goals. They inspire neighbors to get involved and protect our environment for future generations. We are fortunate to live in a community that is full of dedicated, creative people who inspire others to help sustain and improve air and water quality and to protect our public health. The county and city are taking action to protect the environment as well. One example is that of the District Energy Corporation, which I have the privilege of serving as chairman of the board of directors. The City of Lincoln and Lancaster County operate the District Energy Corporation, known as DEC, to provide low-cost, reliable, efficient energy for heating and cooling systems. In the past 2 years, 2 new energy plants have been added, one to serve the Lancaster County Adult Detention Center out on West O, and the other which serves the Haymarket District, including the Pinnacle Bank Arena. The rail yard, hotels, retail, apartments, condominiums, and offices are all served by the DEC. In all, DEC systems serve close to 2.8 million square feet and use 10 to 30% less energy than conventional heating and cooling systems. The state capitol, the governor's mansion, and the state office building are also served by the DEC. And we all know the more efficiently we use our energy, the better it is for our environment. Let me be the first to congratulate our award winners and to thank you for helping us maintain a high quality of life through your environmental leadership. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Larry. And in addition to Commissioner Hutkins, I am pleased to see a number of other elected officials here this morning. It's, wonderful to have so many local leaders engaged and interested in the important work and accomplishments being recognized today. I'm going to read off your names, and just to let you know how this goes, I'll read off your name, and then I'll ask you to stand, and then we'll applaud for you. Lincoln City Council members, we have Doug Emery, Roy Christensen, and Larry Ann Gaylor Baird. Lancaster County Board of Commissioners, Larry Hutkins, Jane Raybold, and Deb Shore. Lincoln Lancaster County Board of Health, Dr. Michelle Peterson. From the Nebraska Legislature, Senator Avery, and former Mayor Colleen Sang. Now, please stand so you can be recognized. There we go. Also, I should take just a second here to point out this event would not be possible without the generous support of a number of sponsors who are listed on the back of your program. So if you get a chance, take a look at that, because, we really do count on people who donate time, but we also count on sponsors as well. They help make this happen. So I'd like to recognize them with another round of applause. Let's give them a big thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to have your attention as we present the 2014 Lincoln and Lancaster County Environmental Leadership Awards. But first, allow me to introduce our award presenters, Nicole Fleck-Tooze with the City of Lincoln Parks and Recreation Department, also Scott Holmes and Director Judy Halstead with the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department. Now, as we begin the awards ceremony, I would like to remind everyone, if you haven't done so already, to check those cell phones and either turn them off or put them on vibrate. I know I did mine there, so just take a second here to kind of double check on that. And with that, I believe we are ready to begin. So Nicole, would you please join me at the podium? It is all yours.
Good morning. Thank you, Rod. Well, this first award for an individual citizen. In 1867, when Nebraska became a state, there were 1 billion people on Earth. In 1955, when Tim Rinne was born, there were 3 billion people. And today, the Earth is home to 7 billion people. In 2009, realizing our growing demand for food and the Earth's resources, Tim decided it was time to take action. Tim came across the concept of edible landscaping and vowed to turn his yard into an entire edible landscape. He quickly realized all he didn't know about gardening, and taking the advice of his wife, Kay Walter, signed up for a master gardener course. The following year, a neighbor joined in and the garden plots doubled. Like the magic seed in Jack and the Beanstalk, the idea sprouted and other curious neighbors began to join in. The transformation quickly spread as 2 more neighbors established plots, 2 others offered up their backyards, and another offered his entire corner lot for more growing space. Everyone has his or her individual plot. The community orchard and shared space vegetables are divvied up among participants. Potato, bean, and gourd patches are rotated to amend the soil and increase food production. In 5 years, their city block has gone from a lowly tomato patch to over half-acre of edible garden, including 50 fruit and nut trees, 9 grape arbors, and 15 berry patches. A 15 by 30-foot hoop house was erected in one of the neighborhood gardens, where salad greens for the block are grown long after the first frost. Cut down trees are sliced into stepping stones or ground into mulch. Garden waste is composted to fertilize next year's vegetables. Even the city's right-of-ways fell prey to Tim's spade. In 2011, Tim and an adjoining neighbor became proud papas to 4 Rhode Island red hens. In addition to providing fresh eggs, the chickens eat the spoiled garden produce, reducing waste. Linda Rushala, the first neighbor to join in Tim's revitalization, realized the need for pollinators, and so in 2012, a beehive took up residence. This year, a neighborhood library sprouted up in the back alley to entice book lovers into the world of edible gardening. And so the Hawley Hamlet was born. The neighborhood adopted the Hamlet name to describe their micro-community embedded in Lincoln's historic Hawley district. Over 20 families now participate. In concern for the environment, Tim and Kay have also been concentrating on turning their 108-year-old house into a green residence. In 2009, a geothermal heating and cooling system was added. In 2011, they were the first historic residence in Lincoln to install 24 rooftop solar panels. And the energy savings continued as they insulated walls, installed energy-efficient lighting, low-flush toilets, and rain barrels under every downspout. An unheated dirt floor conservatory, aka greenhouse, compatible with the neighborhood's historic architecture, was added to their home and provides them the enjoyment of growing food year-round. Tim is quick to credit his wife and neighbors, who without their perseverance, there would be no Hamlet. His actions dominoed to his wife and neighbors, and together they're changing our community. Nothing would please the Hawley Hamlet more than to see their self-initiated, self-supported urban homestead replicated by others across the city and country. Through the years, the Hamlet has welcomed hundreds of individuals to their gardens, yearning for a taste of how to create edible landscapes of their own. After 22 years of living on the same block in the middle of Lincoln, Tim and Kay only knew a neighbor or two by name. Yet within 5 years of working together to produce fresh, high-quality food, there are no strangers on their block. It is with pleasure that we present Tim, Rinne, and the Hawley Hamlet a 2014 Environmental Leadership Award. Tim, please come forward to accept your award. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Fantastic. Okay, it's hard to top that. This next award for a business. B&B Homes Insulation and Ceiling Services owner Mike Ballard operates a multifaceted business specializing in weatherization, blower door testing, carpentry, and repairs throughout Lincoln and Lancaster County. Mike and his crew have spent countless hours mastering the whole home weatherization approach that focuses on increasing the performance of the home while decreasing energy consumption. This approach keeps residents warm through harsh Nebraska winters and cool through hot, humid Nebraska summers. To achieve weatherization certification, Mike Ballard and his entire crew completed the Department of Energy's weatherization training program. Mike was quick to say, "We took these courses in order to thoroughly understand the science behind whole home weatherization, to get a better finished product for our customers and conserve our natural resources. These courses also allow my staff to prevent health hazards that can occur when air sealing is completed on a home. If a home is too tight, it can cause significant health concerns for the homeowners. We work hard to get the job done right the first time so the customer is safe. Comfort is increased and energy bills are decreased," he said. "Our work helps create a better future for our children." B&B Homes installation is also lead-safe certified by the EPA. Before any project is started, crew members must double-check older homes for lead paint. This precautionary test ensures that crew members and homeowners are protected from the health hazards of lead. A leaky home is similar to wearing a wool sweater with holes during a blustery winter day, like today. It is incredibly drafty no matter how much heat your body is producing to keep you warm. B&B begins their weatherization upgrade by completing a blower door test. This test identifies all the places air is coming into the home. High airflow equates to significant gaps, which can be large or small and occur anywhere from windows to crawl spaces throughout the attic or in the basement. Customers are often amazed at the amount of air that's leaking in and around their windsills and light switches. They can hardly wait for B&B to get started on their home's retrofit. Once the blower door test is complete, Mike and his crew members quickly seal the leaks, but also make sure the house has enough airflow to breathe for the safety of you and your family. After air sealing, insulation fill will begin. Mike discussed how he chooses the type of insulation. "It is truly a custom selection," he said. "Our choices depend upon the projected energy savings, the base cost of the materials, the sustainability of the product, and where the product is made." For example, some of the cellulose insulation that we use is manufactured in Norfolk, Nebraska, and is made from recycled newspapers. Their cellulose is a quality product, and purchasing it will benefit a local economy. B&B's Homes' continued efforts have helped to educate the community on upgrade incentive programs such as the ongoing Lincoln Electric Systems Sustainable Energy Program. In addition, they've worked with Community Action Partners' Weatherization Program, the City of Lincoln's Re-Energize Program, local nonprofits, businesses, and homeowners across Lancaster County. Thanks to their educational approach, customers know more about the inside and the outside of their home than they did prior to their upgrade with B&B Homes. In addition, customers are eager to rave about their increased comfort level and savings on their energy bills. In fact, Mike just received a phone call from a satisfied customer estimating that they've received a 30% energy savings from the work B&B completed on their home. Honesty, proven results, and referrals have continued to keep B&B Homes customers satisfied throughout Lincoln and Lancaster County. Even though thousands of homes and buildings have been upgraded, Mike knows that there are still drafty, uninsulated units out there, and he is ready to get to work. Thank you, Mike, for investing in your community, investing in the future, and for making our community more sustainable. Congratulations, B&B Homes Insulation, for winning an Environmental Leadership Award in Business and Industry. Mike, please come forward to accept your award. Our next award is for a community organization. The Friends of Wilderness Park is this year's recipient of the nonprofit organization Environmental Leadership Award for their unwavering commitment to preserving the City of Lincoln's natural and historic gem that is Wilderness Park. As a community organization with a strong and active membership base, the Friends of Wilderness Park Board has worked hard to educate and engage local citizens about the importance of this park and the wonders that exist along this stretch of Salt Creek. Established in 1972, Wilderness Park consists of approximately 1,475 acres of habitat and a meandering wooded floodplain that's owned by Lancaster County, but managed by the City of Lincoln Parks and Recreation Department. The park extends nearly 7 miles along the southwestern edge of Lincoln. forming a crescent greenway between urban neighborhoods to the east and fields of crops to the west. Native flora and fauna was noted as early as 1900, where botanists made early notes of the flowers and vegetation in the Ottawani woods. Native flora, in addition to over 100 different species of birds, along with scores of mammals, reptiles, and other creatures, can be spotted throughout the year. The Friends of Wilderness Park members and leaders have rallied around these priceless natural assets. The geography that makes up Wilderness Park has long attracted area residents. Saltillo Village near the southern edge of the park was established in 1857. The village of Lancaster, later renamed Lincoln, was established in 1859 along the northern banks of Salt Creek. And Epworth and Lincoln Parks eventually all became part of what is now Wilderness Park. The Friends of Wilderness Park was formed in 1997 due to increasing concern about the condition and the future use of the park. The Friends organized meetings of area nature enthusiasts, park lovers, and public officials with the objective to have a meaningful dialogue on how best to manage the park. This early grassroots effort led to the drafting of a sub-area plan for Wilderness Park to address land use, stormwater, transportation, and park uses, all with the goal of encouraging measures to respect the sensitivity of the natural environment. It was at this time that the Lancaster County Board recognized the park could provide the city with low-cost flood protection, public access to a natural area, maintain a historical record of the land, and establish a model for green space in the county. Since their inception, Friends of Wilderness Park has partnered with the city and other organizations to advocate for the preservation and restoration of the ecological communities found in and adjacent to the park. The 400-plus members of the organization have worked in concert with the Friends Board and the city to further the goals and uses identified in the sub-area plan, which parallel the mission of the group. Take a look at the Friends Facebook page and you can get a sense of the impact that this thoughtful group of citizens has had on the community. In the last few years alone, the Friends of Wilderness Park have led or helped to organize a myriad of events. This includes the annual native plant sale, the Run for the Bridges Marathon and Half Marathon, local candidate forums, sponsored hikes, park cleanups, community presentations, the Capture the Wild photo contest, a scavenger hunt, and what has been labeled Nebraska's largest egg hunt and family picnic. The Friends also provide support for the Wilderness Park Day Camp. Wilderness Park, like Central Park in New York City or Grant Park in Chicago, is forever linked to the city of Lincoln and Lancaster County. It is a place to be cherished and protected. The Friends of Wilderness Park have long shared this vision. Please help us celebrate the Friends of Wilderness Park for leading efforts to preserve and educate citizens about the wonders that exist in the place called Wilderness Park. Would the current Friends Board please come forward to accept the award?
Good morning. My name is Scott Holmes. I manage the Environmental Health Division with the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department, and I get the opportunity to present the next three awards. The next one is actually another business award. We had excellent nominations for businesses this year. Miracle Workers Auto Collision Center has been in business since June 1988 and is independently owned and operated by Steve Rexroth and his wife, Sherry. Miracle Workers is a state-of-the-art collision repair facility in Lincoln offering frame, structural, and mechanical repairs in addition to detailed high-quality paint work. Historically, auto body repair was a dirty business, using chlorinated solvents, lead, chromium, and other heavy metal paints, and releasing significant amounts of hazardous air pollutants to the air we breathe. However, today, due due to the leadership of visionaries like Steve Rexroth, auto body repair can now have a minimal impact on our environment and our health. Another testimony to his environmental leadership is that his team ensured his shop was the first auto body facility in Lancaster County to comply with the EPA's new auto body refinishing hazardous air pollutants emissions rule, being in compliance 2 years before the rule required. He attributes these factors that push them forward as a collision repair service designed with the environment in mind, a newly constructed building, converting to water-based paint, and paint technology upgrades. In 1999, Miracle Workers began construction of a new auto body collision center in southwest Lincoln. The center was specifically designed to adapt to changes in the automotive collision industry, incorporating the latest in paint technology while focusing on improving air quality. The new center was equipped with 2 downdraft stations and a downdraft paint booth that allow workers to paint parts as well as the entire vehicle. The downdraft spray booth incorporates the latest technology, saving time and energy, reducing pollution, and improving the quality of the finished work. The downdraft paint booths provide a sealed environment for painting and curing that helps eliminate airborne contaminants. The booth draws in air from the top and vents paint and dust through a hole in the floor of the paint booth. To facilitate the use of the water-based products, Miracle Workers utilizes a system which increases the air velocity up to 4 times when compared with traditional ventilation systems. This ensures faster removal of volatile organic components and no added energy costs. Downdraft spray booths serve a valuable environmental function in the collision restoration industry. The system catches minute particles of paint and solvents that would otherwise enter the atmosphere. In 2012, they were one of the first auto body refinishing shops in Nebraska to utilize the latest waterborne paint technology. This technology reduces emissions of volatile organic compounds by nearly 90% when compared to conventional solvent paints. This has allowed Miracle Workers to reduce their use of VOC paints by 300 to 400 gallons per year. Painting equipment can now be cleaned with water-based detergent instead of VOC-laden solvents. Now, less than 1 55-gallon drum of liquid solvent waste is produced per year compared to 5 drums in previous years. Not only is water-based paint environmentally friendly, but it is also safer for the paint shop staff. Paint technology upgrades have led to significant reductions in the amount of hazardous waste materials generated at the shop. Miracle Workers has always mixed paint in-house, but the addition of a computerized mixing room reduces paint waste, allowing them to mix paint down to 1 ounce. Auto body shops that utilize a paint supply store purchase it by the quart and often end up with excess paint. Mr. Rexroth has made an operational decision that results in a significant reduction of hazardous waste. In addition to waste reduction, the emission of fewer VOCs mean we can all breathe cleaner air. Changes in the way we do business day to day can light the path to a more sustainable future. For this commitment and for leading by example, Miracle Workers Auto Collision Center is the 2014 Environmental Leadership Award recipient in the business category. Stephen Sherry, please come forward and accept your award. The Eastridge Elementary Parent-Teacher Organization is the 2014 Environmental Leadership Award recipient in the education category. With an enrollment of just over 250 students, Eastridge Elementary is one of the smallest schools in the Lincoln Public School System. This year, the school is celebrating its 60th anniversary. For many of those 60 years, the Eastridge Elementary PTO has supported the school's students and staff by organizing community events, supplying books and technology, maintaining school grounds, developing wellness programs, and many other activities. In 2013, the PTO focused on construction of a walking track new playground equipment, and an outdoor classroom in support of the school's renewed commitment to healthy living. Angela Alicio, an Eastridge parent and PTO member, was instrumental in leading a unique fundraising approach that also had a positive impact on the environment. She learned about opportunities to raise money by reducing waste. Through her leadership, the PTO undertook 2 major recycling events that benefited both Eastridge Elementary and the broader Lincoln community. Eastridge PTO's first event was a Holiday Lights recycling drive. The organization made a concerted effort to encourage residents to participate in the recycling option, as over 40 holiday light collection boxes were strategically placed at businesses and organizations throughout the community. This recycling drive was an innovative approach to diverting waste from a product that typically lacks easily accessible recycling options in Lincoln. Eastridge PTO's efforts raised considerable awareness on the proper disposal of this unique waste stream. Following the Holiday Lights Drive, Eastridge PTO helped organize and coordinate a community-wide recycling event at the school. Residents were invited to drop off their recyclable materials free of charge. The event promoted recycling at over 40 different items, including electronics, appliances, and metals. Eastridge PTO's endeavors to develop relationships throughout Lincoln in support of these environmental activities is impressive. Both events were accessible to all residents, and many partnerships with businesses and community organizations were developed that will have a lasting impact in Lincoln and beyond. For instance, Scrap Central Incorporated from Omaha provided the PTO with a per-pound donation for materials collected from both recycling drives. Due to the success of this partnership, Scrap Central will launch the first Holiday Lights recycling drive in Omaha this winter and donate the funds to the Omaha community. The success of these projects and partnerships would have been diminished without Eastridge PTO's willingness to engage the wider community. Through these projects and collective effort, Eastridge PTO diverted over 10,500 pounds of material from the landfill, including 5,241 pounds of holiday lights, while also generating environmental awareness among residents. It is commendable that beyond the environmental benefits, $3,500 was raised for capital improvements and programs at Eastridge Elementary. By using these recycling events to raise funds for outdoor-based children's activities, Eastridge PTO is developing opportunities for current and future students to spend added time outdoors and helping them develop an appreciation for the natural environment. The impact of the PTO's leadership and proactive environmental activities will be felt for years to come. Please help me in congratulating the Eastridge Elementary Parent-Teacher Organization on being awarded the 2014 Environmental Leadership Award for Education. Would the Eastridge PTO representatives please come forward to accept your award? For the past 22 years, Barb Ogg has passionately educated Lancaster County residents on biosolids and safe pest control through her work at the Lincoln-Lancaster County Extension Office. Barb coordinated the City of Lincoln's Biosolids Land Application Program during her tenure at Extension, working with 67 farmers to divert solid waste from our landfill and facilitate environmentally safe application onto crops. Biosolids are a product from sewage treatment processes and have been treated in a way to make them safe for agricultural use, resulting in higher soil fertility and increasing crop yields 5 to 10%. In addition, the program has saved more than $6.6 million in waste disposal costs for landfill users and increased the lifespan of the Bluff Road landfill by 5 years. Through Barb's efforts, more than 663,000 tons of biosolids from our wastewater have been recycled and applied to crop fields in Lancaster County. Her work has forged a strong partnership between the City of Lincoln and Lancaster County Extension. Barb's main passion was in applying her entomology background to her work at Extension. She simplified her work with the statement, "I help people solve pest problems in and around their home." In reality, Barb made noticeable changes in individual behaviors with her guidance in dealing with roaches, spiders, head lice, and other pests. Barb created a removing head lice safety video that is available in 4 languages and received over 800,000 views. Barb was on the lookout, and when bed bugs hit Lincoln, she was prepared. Since 2009, Barb has delivered 125 bed bug presentations to pest controllers, child care and school personnel, landlords, and property managers, medical staff, public housing residents, and administrators, and more. She literally gave of herself, and as she purposely enticed a bed bug to feed on her arm for the camera, producing a yuck factor for the viewer. Yeah. Barb worked tirelessly to protect our youngest and most vulnerable populations. She provided group trainings for child care professionals on head lice, bed bugs, and roaches, and conducted on-site assessments at schools and child care centers to give recommendations on best practices for eliminating pests. Barb has been a presenter at the Earth Wellness Festival since 1995, presenting The Scoop on Poop, teaching the next generation about biosolids and the importance of protecting our water. Barb was an ongoing resource to the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department. She worked extensively with the Environmental Public Health Division to inform the public on pest issues. Her educational approach focused on integrated pest management, or IPM. IPM utilizes a variety of methods to reduce pesticide use, improve human health and safety, and protect the environment. Barb wrote and updated educational resource guides available 24/7 to internet users. In 2013, the Lancaster County Extension pest pages were viewed by more than 1.97 million people, constituting 2/3 of Lancaster County website hits. Her career has left a lasting impact on our community's environmental education. It is our pleasure to recognize Barb Ogg with the 2014 Lincoln-Lancaster County Environmental Leadership Award for Government. Barb, please come forward to accept your award.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Judy Halstead with the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department, and it's my pleasure to present the last 2 awards. The first one is to Robinette Farms. If you give Alex McKiernan and Chloe Deagle some vegetables, they'll eat for a day. If you teach them how to raise vegetables, they start their own farm to feed a community. And so, in the fall of 2010, they made way for a new farm in Martell, Nebraska to come to fruition. Robinette Farms is a sustainably managed farm that was created to support their own family, to reduce negative impacts on the environment, and to educate the community about the food we eat and enjoy. As any new business starts, you can expect a few bumps along the road. Upon arrival at their land, Alex and Chloe were surprised to find multiple sheds full of unknown, unmarked, potentially hazardous materials. With a desire to reduce future risks to the environment and to his family, Alex called the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department to seek advice on how to properly manage the unknown materials. Once the items were disposed of correctly, Alex and Chloe were able to start sowing seeds into their chemical-free Nebraska soil. Robinette Farms continually strives to build a profitable business that minimizes their impact on the environment. The farm consists of 113 acres of cropland, woodland, ponds, pasture, and their farmstead. Over 80 varieties of vegetables are grown on approximately 5 acres of land, and the additional space is used to raise a small herd of bouncy sheep, colorful pastured pigs, wandering egg-laying hens, and thousands of buzzing honeybees. I bet each of you are wondering where these delicious products can be purchased. You're in luck, because there are a number of different places the products are harvested and can be purchased. You could stop by the self-service farm stand to pick up seasonal items, if you're near Martell, of course, or attend the Old Cheney Farmers Market when it's market season, where Robinette Farms sells produce each Sunday. And if by chance you miss them at the market, Open Harvest has their produce available for purchase. They also offer a weekly pickup of seasonal items via community-supported agriculture membership, otherwise known as CSA. And partnering in a CSA during the spring, summer, or fall is a great way to meet and support your local farmers. Alex and Chloe are truly innovators of sustainable farming. With the help of fundraising, they purchased draft horses for tilling the land instead of using a gas-powered tractor. Not only does this land management technique help to maintain a better quality of soil, it helps to alleviate the reliance on fossil fuels and works towards their goal of a low-emission family farm. Draft horses provide a lot of horsepower for the farm, but they can't do everything a tractor can. So Alex and Chloe came up with a solution for a low-emission tractor. Alex and his interns converted an old gas-powered tractor into an electric-powered tractor. This tractor is so quiet when it's running you can actually hear the birds chirping from the old cottonwood trees scattered around their farm. For those that have always wanted to be a farmer, you're in luck. Robinette Farms offers 2 types of apprenticeships. One focuses on livestock and the other on the farm. This opportunity is available to anyone interested in receiving real-life training to start their own small-scale farm. With your apprenticeship, you're offered a place to stay on the farm, access to some vegetables, and a monthly stipend. Farm life might not be for everyone, but if you have the strength to work long hours, picking, cleaning, clearing, fixing, and giving 110% every day, Robinette Farms will provide you a workforce education unlike any other. Alex and Chloe, thank you, your family, and your staff for putting in the extra effort, taking the next step, and continuing to work until there is no more daylight in the sky, and to provide the community with a source of local, sustainable, and chemical-free food. Now staff's going to get upset with me because I'm going to go off script a little bit just before I close. Poor Adam. Adam's thinking, oh great, now what she's saying. Before I introduce Alex and Chloe, what isn't in the script and what we didn't talk about and what staff purposely wanted to recognize Alex and Chloe for their work and not focus on Alex's accident. But what I want to tell you is about this couple makes them truly amazing. Is last January 7th, Alex was severely injured in a car accident on Highway 77 and Sawtella Road. And at the time of the accident, as a volunteer firefighter for Southwest Rural, he knew that he had no feeling in his legs from the time of the accident. And while Chloe was at home with their 3 young girls under the age of 4, including 9-month-old twins at the time, they had a hard road ahead of them. But they are an absolutely, truly amazing couple. And Alex spent a couple months at Madonna rehabbing and learning to walk along with his twin daughters at the same time, and is making great progress. And we know it's going to be about a 24-month recovery for him, but he's doing an amazing job, and I don't think Chloe has slept since last January, running the farm and taking care of the girls. But they jumped into it, and if you were to see pictures today, Alex is swinging from beams about like we have in our ceiling. He's up on tractors and doing amazing things. So I am happy to introduce Alex McKiernan and Chloe Deagle for their award in agriculture. And for our final award today, Amy Rose Brt is our final 2014 Environmental Leadership Award recipient. This posthumous award for an individual citizen is well-deserved, since Amy's many accomplishments and positive impacts to the Lincoln community are still seen and felt today. Examples can be found amongst the rows of community crops gardens, their plots around town, or in the growing idea and place that is the Southern Heights Food Forest. Amy was a mother, a daughter, granddaughter, sister, and good friend to many when she passed from this life on May 26, 2013. Her mother, Ellen, was quick to note that Amy, first and foremost, was an inspiring community activist in how she approached her daily work and people she met, which were often intertwined. She was not an activist that stood in negative opposition to ideas or actions, but instead was a thoughtful advocate who stood for projects and principles connected to living in harmony with the natural environment. Amy demonstrated this environmental ethic in the actions and relationships she nurtured and will be remembered for. Born in 1976 in Crete, Nebraska, Amy was welcomed into the world by a progressive family. Her parents introduced her and her younger brother early to the labors of gardening, fetching, and cutting wood to heat their home. The family diet choices included the book Diet for a Small Planet. Graduating from Crete High School in 1994, Amy went on and pursued her education in landscape design from Northwest Missouri State. It was around the same time that Amy gave birth to her beautiful daughter, Anya. Upon moving back to Lincoln, Amy continued to expand her horizons by taking business classes in addition to digging deeper into permaculture and community leadership, which became a central focus of her undergraduate degree and future work. She truly believed in the philosophy of working with rather than against nature. A true lifelong learner, Amy found inspiration and understanding through these teachings that would propel and aid her with future endeavors. This included helping her to find her own voice as a community educator and advocate for living sustainably. Amy's professional projects have resulted in significant benefits to the environment and our community that continue to this day. She managed and helped to grow the Community Gardens program at Community Crops from 2009 to 2013. Prior to 2009, she volunteered her time and expertise. She played a pivotal role in starting new gardens, setting up demonstration systems alongside teaching a number of gardening classes. This included assisting local churches with gardens and consulting homeowners with a desire to redesign their gardens with more edibles. Amy's passion for gardening and sustainable landscapes extended beyond her work and volunteer endeavors to her own yard and surrounding neighborhood. She created a permaculture landscape around her home, intentionally planting plants that provide multiple benefits to her family, neighbors, and the natural environment. One such example of this involved her work in Standing Bear Park, where she planted a wide variety of fruit and nut trees in an underused area that will stand to benefit area residents and park users for years to come. Amy's most significant project is the Southern Heights Food Forest. Amy provided inspiration early and often in the project. She lent her expertise to the project in drafting the initial layout that included community garden plots, a nature explorer classroom, and a food forest. Ingrid Christ explained, this concept includes the planting of perennial food products, planting in a multi-layered forest-like setting. Amy was instrumental in sowing the early seeds of the food forest, which has now grown into a large group of community gardeners led by Community Crops. The Southern Heights Presbyterian Church and Nature Explorer funding for the project has been secured, and Amy's dream is now being fully realized. Amy's own words provide strong testimony to her activism and vision. She was quoted in 2011 to say, I inspire to help Lincoln become food independent, self-reliant, and a resilient community. My long-range career objectives are to educate others about permaculture and sustainable living. I'd like to increase the locally grown food in our food shed by supporting others to grow their own food, and to increase the quality of community food by being grown in community gardens and in orchards, public parks, and on personal property. Locally grown and produced food is now a reality in Lincoln and Lancaster County. Amy helped to plant this growing seed so that transforming what we eat and how we live. Her leadership is helping to ensure a healthy environment for future generations. And please help me to recognize Amy for her environmental leadership, her activism, and for inspiring us all to be better people and to live the challenge we wish to see in this world. Amy's mother, Ellen Rainbow, is accepting the award in Amy's memory. Please come forward to accept your award.
Very nice. Thank you, Judy, Scott, and Nicole. Didn't they do a great job? Let's give them a round of applause. Well, I'll tell you what, some great award recipients today this year, both individuals and businesses. So again, please help me in applauding the efforts, leadership, and stewardship of these individuals and organizations. Way to go. As we conclude today's ceremony, Councilman Doug Emery would like to share some closing remarks. So, Doug, it's all yours, my friend.
Good morning. My name is Doug Emery. I'm the chair of the City Council. Thanks to each of you for coming today, and thanks to all of our award winners. I know I came away certainly very much inspired by what we heard this morning. You're a true testament that children, adults, businesses, and community partners can collaborate to protect our health and our environment. It is motivating to see each community-wide responsible courage, empowerment, and reducing our impact on the environment for ourselves, our children, and future generations. I'd like to challenge each of us to examine what the award recipients have accomplished and consider how we can take similar actions. Each of our individual groups, businesses, governments, efforts combine to make Lincoln and Lancaster County a safe and healthy environment where we can live and work and learn and play. On behalf of the Lincoln City Council, and on behalf of the mayor, and on behalf of the City of Lincoln, I would like to thank the award presenters, environmental community representatives, Rod Fowler, and all of you participating in the Lincoln Lancaster County Environmental Leadership Awards. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Doug. Before we leave today, I'd like to share a short closing video about giving your garbage another life through recycling. Keep America Beautiful does a nice job of shining a light on America Recycles Day, which is tomorrow, so enjoy.
My throwing away a shirt or a shoe or a sock or anything that you're throwing away, you cannot visualize how that comes back into the system. If people don't understand that visual, then they're not going to recycle. recycling makes you feel good. It's a reward to you. It does it for you, doesn't it?